This video is going to look at the social and dispositional factors that affect conformity. So on your specification it says you've got to know social factors, so group size, anonymity, task difficulty, and the dispositional factors, personality and expertise, that affect conformity to majority influence. So before we start, we've got to understand what those key terms mean. So when it says social factors, this means features of your surroundings. So the people involved, the task involved, that make you actually conform. And when it says dispositional factors, it means features of yourself, your confidence levels, your personality, your knowledge. What is it about you that makes you conform? So first we're going to look at social factors and group size. So the more people there are in the group, the more pressure we feel to conform to their opinion. So they did a variation of Ash's study, which we learned about previous lesson. And when there was 2 Confederates, only 14% of people conformed. But when that went up to 3 Confederates, 30% of people conformed. So again, it shows that the more Confederates there are, the more likely we are to conform. However, adding more Confederates beyond 3 didn't really make much difference. So group size clearly has an effect on conformity. Right, anonymity. Now, if we're allowed to be anonymous in our decisions, we're less likely to conform. So again, in another variation of Ash's study, he allowed participants to write their answers down instead of saying them out loud. And he found that conformity rates dropped. So being anonymous and people not knowing our answer will make us less likely to conform. Another social factor is task difficulty. Now, when we're presented with a really difficult task, we're more likely to conform to group pressure. So again, another variation of Ash's study, when he made the comparison lines really similar in length, conformity increased because the task was harder. We look to other people to help us and get knowledge from them. So we're more likely to conform. Now we're going to look at dispositional factors. Remember, these are things inside you or about you that make you conform. So the first one is personality. Now, one aspect of personality is called your locus of control. So some people have an internal locus of control. You believe you're in charge of your own decisions, you're confident, you have control over your own actions. And some people have an external locus of control. So these sort of people believe they have no control over their destiny. We can't change what's going to happen to us. And what some research has found is that participants who have an internal locus of control, so if you believe you're in charge of your own decisions and have control over your actions, you are less likely to conform. Okay? Now, another dispositional factor is your level of expertise. So the more experience you have in something, the more confident you are in your knowledge and your opinions, and you're less likely to conform. So for example, if you're confident in maths, you're far less likely to conform when you're asked a maths question. So the more you know, the less likely you are to conform.